This is the Fiorenzato AllGround Pro Brew, a single-dose grinder made specifically for filter. And the air quotes are for a very valid reason. At the time of this recording, no one is talking about this grinder, beyond the brand and maybe some distributors. This really sparked my curiosity initially. I mean, it's a Fiorenzato grinder, so what's the deal with it? But after using it extensively, I think I now know the reason why. Let's look at this grinder from an objective point of view. And then I'll give you my honest opinion about it so you can determine if it belongs in your coffee bar or not. And let me be upfront here. There is an audience for this grinder. You'll see what I mean. The AllGround and the Pietro line are Fiorenzato's pathway from the commercial environment to the home barista space, which at this point is what several commercial brands are doing, like the Malconic is with the X54. I gotta say, they're some of the most beautiful grinders to look at. The design, the steel build, and the craft and overall performance is just top-notch. I got this unit to test out from our partners at Espresso Parts, along with the AllGround Sense too. And I can say that visually, they just improved the look of my bar. 10 out of 10. Now, do you notice something about them? Yeah, they're pretty much identical. And I'll come back to this in just a moment. In contrast to the Sense and the AllGround Classic, the Pro Brew is marketed as a single-dose grinder. It comes with 64mm dark tea flat burrs, which are coated in titanium, aluminum, nitrogen, and carbon to make it 5 times more durable, capable of grinding through over 3,000 pounds of coffee beans. These proprietary burrs are in all of their AllGround grinders, but also in most of their higher-end commercial grinders like the F64 or the F83. So they're basically bringing you commercial quality at less than half of the price. This 20-pound grinder packs a 250-watt motor that rotates the burrs at 1600 revolutions per minute. This makes it fast enough to get you through 18 grams of coffee in around 12 seconds, depending on your roast level, of course. I didn't expect anything less. The grind size dial is smooth, clicky, and is measured in microns, which is ideal for filter grinding. The grinder is controlled by this incredibly responsive touch display, and even the knob to turn it on and off feels pretty solid. With this said, let's go through my experience, and I'll give you my most objective view on the grinder here. I use both the AllGround Pro Brew and the AllGround Sense on a daily basis. The Sense is my main espresso grinder, which is usually running once or twice a day, more or less. The Pro Brew is obviously my main filter grinder, which I use every single morning with a ratio 4 coffee maker. Sometimes I also do Calita or V60 brews, even AeroPress with it. Since it is such an easy to use and fast grinder, I mostly overlook the issues. But they are there. And they're also a bit confusing. First, let's address the obvious. Retention. Fiorenzato claims this grinder will only retain 0.1 to 0.2 grams. However, this claim doesn't specify that this low retention only happens because of the bellows. Naturally, the bellows are there to get the grounds out. But the amount of grounds that get stuck in the chute are way above the average you can find on other single-dose grinders. Let's actually see it in action. Here I'm weighing exactly 18 grams of this medium light roast. Let's run it through and see what happens. I'll weigh it before using the bellows so we can compare. Let's see. And as you can see, we're missing over 3 grams of coffee, which is painful. Now let's get the grounds out with the bellows. And after the bellows, we're still missing 0.1 grams, which is what they promise. But it takes me to the next point. The static. As you can see, I didn't do RDT for this grind, but you should. My number one pet peeve with the Pro Brew is how messy it is. Grinders can be messy, but the grounds here just cover the entire area when I use it. When doing RDT, it gets much better, but I don't think it should be this messy whatsoever. Now, I mentioned earlier how these grinders look so similar. The entire AllGround line follows the same design style, which is fine. However, I don't think these are just similar grinders. And I don't think the Pro Brew is a single-dose grinder. Instead, I think it is the AllGround Classic with filter burrs and bellows to act as a single-dose grinder. Does it perform as a single-dose grinder? Yes, it does. But I don't think it was thought out as a single-dose grinder from the get-go. And here's why. First, the display. There's no actual purpose to have this nice display, which just adds to the cost that you will pay. And all it does is start and stop the grinding. There's no further functionality, there's no programming, and somehow it actually takes longer to load when you turn the grinder on. In comparison to the AllGround Sense, which has way more functions to it, and somehow it's quicker. It just seems like they already had the body built, and then they repurposed it accordingly. Thumbs up, that's good business sense. Next, having bellows doesn't make you a single dose grinder necessarily. You can turn many grinders into near zero retention single dose grinder by adding bellows. Obviously, you're just like putting air into it. Actually, my friend Andrew from Introvert is constantly developing bellows for different grinders, both single dose and on demand, including this one. Wanna know the fun part? I can easily swap the hopper in the AllGround Sense with these Brew bellows, and they fit just right. Because again, it is the same body. Does it make sense to use bellows on the Sense? Not really. It sure does for the AllGround Classic if you want to turn it into a single dose. Although here's a reason why I wouldn't even do that. Beyond the bellows, there's burr orientation. Again, not being designed as a single dose grinder initially, the burrs in the Brew, same as the Sense and the Classic, are completely horizontal. Why does this matter? You get an angled orientation in other popular options like the DF64 and the Niche Duo, or a completely vertical orientation like in the Zerno Z1 or the manual Fiorenzato Pietro. This design allows for the grounds to come out quicker so they don't remain in for long enough to be reground and lose uniformity. In the Brew, although I haven't tested this specifically, there is probably a fair amount of free grinding happening, especially as it's being single dose, so you don't have the weight of the new beans from the hopper pushing the grounds down. Nevertheless, I still get tasty brews with it. I have to emphasize that this is an easy to use grinder, it's robust, it's very easy to clean and to maintain, and as long as you do RDT, you'll be fine. You'll get a cleanish dose with minimal retention in the end. But with all of this said, will I recommend this grinder? It's a hard one, if I gotta be honest. There are many options out there that compete in both price and performance. The Pietro Brew, being manual and everything, is an incredible option and it's easier to recommend for the enthusiast, but in my opinion, here's who I think is the best user for this grinder. For any gear you purchase, there is probably another cheap option that does the job. But some folks still chose the more expensive one. This is a $1,200 grinder with an aesthetic, a high-end design, and a build quality that is actually very hard to match. It packs the Fiorenzato performance, and setting aside the technical caveats like burr orientation, in the end, it does the job. I would say this fits in a very stylish, slow bar cafe, as it's a beautiful piece that'll bring the durability and the consistency from commercial grinders at a discount. But this is meant as a home grinder, and I know that there are filter coffee enthusiasts out there who will prioritize the commercial durability and the precision wrapped in this stunning design, and maybe oversee the downsides as long as they can appreciate this on their bars every single morning. Do you think otherwise? I am very excited to know what other people think about the Brew, so let's get the conversation going in the comments. Remember to subscribe, and thank you for watching.